Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to do another video talking about Bluesky and people getting canceled from Bluesky. And this, I love this article. Bluesky, a land of unicorns, rainbows, and death threats.
I know. I laughed when I saw it because I believe it. Yeah. It's everybody who's over Twitter and who was like making it insufferable over there have now gone to Bluesky, and then they're all just canceling each other and canceling anybody who dares have a different opinion than them.
Yeah, and it's weird because people actually want that. They wanted 2017, 2018 Twitter again. If I were gonna do a reroll on Twitter, I would go back to like 2010, 2012 Twitter before it got crazy with the politics. But yeah, like if you go over to Bluesky and you're not logged in, it's the top posts are all political, left-wing political posts, and that's what I'm saying. Dogs.
Yeah, no, that is definitely a 12 out of 10 dog. No, with mine, I have it curated over there, so I'm basically seeing art. I'm basically seeing pets, animals, and photography, because but I still get the political messaging sometimes too.
Here we go, sad but true. Congratulations, America. You got back with your ex, who's supposed to be in prison. So if I'm logged in, though, like I've had an account over there for about a year and a half. If I'm logged in, it's just all comic books and artwork and stuff. Because I don't follow any. Yeah, I don't. So you can train it, but I'm just saying, like, because all these people are going over there because of politics, it's becoming a very political space too. So. And they're all canceling each other.
I just love how they're so fixated on that about prison. And I'm like, yeah, the difference is people you support are doing illegal things too. It's just that they stack the decks so they aren't convicted, or they forgive their kids so that they can't be convicted.
What?
And they can't tie back to them. I'm just saying, potato, man.
All right, so let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
A woohoo.
People missed the woohoos yesterday. They're like, where are the woohoos? I can't woohoo.
I gave them two. You can. You just don't want to.
I'm very unenthusiastic. I'm just like, woohoo.
He is usually like that at home, too. Anyway.
I am. I'm like.
It is how he is, people.
Anyway.
I'm the peppy one.
You are the peppy one. Go out to clownfishminus.com. Check out the reef. Check out the merch. Check out the exclusive content. And go out to clownfishtv.locals.com, where we also repost that exclusive content.
Do it for the woohoos.
Do it for the woohoos. So
that's a t-shirt. Do it for the woohoos.
Do it for the woohoos. We should just do a woohoo shirt.
Just woohoo. Geeky Sparkles. Anyway.
Sparkles. Yeah, so we got a couple articles here you sent over. Politico. I was canceled by Bluesky, and I don't know why.
That rhymes.
Imagine that. And I love this one, Bluesky, a land of unicorns, rainbows, and death threats. Let's do this one first, because that headline is the best headline ever. Let's see. I was canceled by Bluesky. I don't know why. The liberal alternative to X reinstated me, but never explained what my original offense was. That's a bad message.
See, here's what gets me too about the whole thing. They kept screaming that Twitter was not far left, even though everybody and their dog knew it was. And then they're mad. They kept saying it wasn't, and then Musk bought it, and then it came back to center. I don't think it's really on the right too much. I think he's trying to be as close to free speech for all as he can do. And they're mad about it because they don't control it. And I love how it was somehow not, left-wing run, and now they're mad that it wasn't left-wing run at the same time. And now they're on their own platform, which they're openly admitting is far left.
Yeah.
And it's like, fine, you guys all go over there and be over there and kumbaya yourselves. I don't care. As long as you're not.
Kumbaya yourself.
You go ahead and, do that. I don't care. Please do. That means I don't have to deal with you.
I mean, it's like getting two
Unless you start
woohoos.
posting animal pictures.
Yeah. It's like getting two woohoos. You can get two kumbayas.
Kumbaya yourself, yeah.
As you get older, it's harder to do that twice in a day. Woohoo.
Woohoo or kumbaya.
Yes.
Anyway, continue.
Yes. So this is Michael Cruz. So this is Politico. This is not a right-wing site, right? He's a senior staff writer, and he got banned from Bluesky. So this is his message he got. He said, Bluesky account you can control. Read the unexpected message in my inbox from the moderation team has been detected by our systems as being spammy, fake, or inauthentic. As a result, your account has been taken down.
What?
As a reminder, Bluesky requires that users not use Bluesky to harm others, including spamming, scamming, phishing, or otherwise disrupting the Bluesky experience for other users.
But here's a little hint. Threatening people with death is completely fine.
Yeah, there were. Yeah, we're going to talk about that because there were like death threats over there.
Bunch of people were killed, shot. That's completely okay. But, don't spam.
Cheering on acts of violence. All that stuff is lauded over there. But yeah, if you want to appeal it, reply to the email.
This is why I stick with this animal pictures and art.
Yeah. He said he did, in fact, have additional questions. The first and most basic of which was why.
Yeah, good question.
Why? Yeah, so he said Bluesky is the fast-growing alternative.
It's up for debate.
It's up for debate. I did the video yesterday. They're really pushing because now they're like, we're at 25 million. I'm like, you're at like 24 million just like a month ago, and Twitter/X is still at like 600 million. Like,
I know, right? Yeah.
They're like hundreds of thousands of people are leaving. I'm like, yeah, but they still have hundreds of millions.
I love this. Journalists too increasingly seeing that Musk-led X as a boorish right-wing echo chamber. So you go to Bluesky, which is a boorish left-wing echo chamber.
Yes.
And I started posting on Bluesky this past summer. Unlike some journalists, though, I made a decision not to simultaneously leave X. Professionally, I have an obligation, I feel, to listen to and interact with all stripes and sorts, which kudos to this person. That's exactly how I think. I'm like, I think that you should listen to both sides and then form an opinion, but there is no more logical discussion anymore. It's just, it just devolves into whatever it devolves into.
Yeah.
So they're talking about, I'm not one to post stuff for cheap clicks. I don't post for spammy stuff or fake stuff.
Yeah.
He's like, if anything, I'm stubbornly true to self flat. I'm a reporter, not influencer. Less interesting than interested, blah, blah, blah. So he asked for specifics. And you can go ahead and read some because I'm reading it all.
So he said, press for specifics from the Bluesky moderation team, which they have like not very many people moderating. And
it's probably AI or something.
And that's the problem with like all this stuff. I mean, just kind of as a side tangent, I've noticed with YouTube and with Google and Facebook especially, they're all using AI to determine infractions, right? Because they don't want to hire people to go through. And the problem is you can make a joke and the AI doesn't get the joke.
Yeah, meanwhile, they're banning people for jokes, but then someone's literally out there trying to scam people and have scammed people, and you report it, and they tell you that account's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Which I have had experience with. I have friends who have experiences with.
So, I pressed for specifics. Who did I harm? What did I do? The best I could figure, really the only thing I could figure, the sudden quashing of my account might have stemmed from something I'd posted some days before. I linked to a piece by my colleague, Nancy Scola, the headline, Democrats Face an Existential Crisis on X. The subhead read, Conversations with a dozen insiders point to a party that is unsure about whether to leave or engage with the increasingly MAGA platform.
Because it had MAGA in it.
Oh my God.
Is that what it was about?
Is that what it's about? Like you're not even allowed to type MAGA?
Yeah, they said, there's a piece pointed to a quote. Someone identified a Democrat as Democratic communications professional. Leaving X because you don't like Elon is kind of a purity politics that landed Democrats in this mess to begin with. True.
Yeah, it is.
And he's like, I'm not sure I totally agree with the idea, but I offered it, and then he thinks that's probably why. He or she. I don't know if it's a she or he.
Yeah, so, and this feels very much like 2018 Twitter, where if you put even a mild take out there, or you're even like, let's have a conversation about XYZ thing, you're not allowed to. He said, I put it out there for people in Bluesky to chew on.
Yeah, well, this is welcome to what it's like for everybody else.
They chewed on it all right. It was more like a feeding frenzy. My last check, my post elicited more than 2,100 quote posts and some 3,700 responses, a tally of interactions easily surpassing my number of followers. Almost all the feedback was angry, and no shortage was directed not toward Nancy's piece in general or the quote in particular, but me. Trigger warning here for readers with an aversion to gratuitous profanity and faceless aggression, but I was, in the words of Bluesky users, among many, many, many other things, a fucking dork, a fucking wanker, a fucking moron, a dumb fuck, and a bitch.
That sounds about right.
This is the safe space, guys.
Yeah, this is what these people do. This is what they do. And I would argue it's on the extreme right as well. I'm talking extremists here, guys, that instead of having discussion, they immediately just say that you're, insert insult right there. Like, aren't we supposed to be neo-Nazis because of cartoon videos and stuff?
Yeah.
So, they just insert whatever and they argue and they don't even there is no nuance. They're just there to own anybody they think isn't on the same side as them. It's no longer a platform for everyone. It's just for their side. And that is a dangerous thing.
Look at this Look at this wonderful, loving message from the loving, respectful left. Concept of a Wizard writes, Dear Michael Cruz, why don't you go and fuck yourself in the ass with a running chainsaw? Yes, shove it all the way up your ass while it's running. That is the best thing you could possibly do to make the United States a better place. But tell us again how Bluesky is a much, much better place.
Well, that brings us to the other article, which, I mean, I don't know this person. They're upset. I guess this person is somebody who's very anti-trans, I guess. I don't know who they are.
Oh, the Jesse Single.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're a podcaster, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with them.
Yeah, so they were pissed off that they allowed him on the platform, and they immediately tried to get him deplatformed. We know that anybody that goes on Bluesky that has some kind of a conservative platform, and they're going to get banned within minutes.
So he goes to the platform.
Yes.
And the idiots at Bluesky started a change.org petition to have him removed. That was their answer, to go to change.org. That is the most on-brand thing I've seen. Unbelievable. Change.org is going to fix it, guys.
I'm going to go to my manager at change.org.
You don't even know if anybody who's signing up for change.org, that you can use multiple accounts. They don't even have to be a member of Bluesky to go there. That is the most on-brand thing I've seen today. But anyway, continue.
So this is interesting. This is coming from Hot Air. I'm not familiar with the publication, but I love the headline, right? They said, last month I suggested having all the most woke and progressive people abandon Twitter for Bluesky was unlikely to produce a social media utopia. Yeah. We can see what's going on here. The problem isn't the platform, it's the people using it who have set themselves up as unofficial content moderators for the space. If you violate their particular sense of woke propriety, they will do their best to drive you off with whatever wild claims and personal attacks they can muster.
They'll eat you last.
Well, they're eating their own first.
But they're over in Bluesky. They tried it on Twitter. They tried it on other places. X now. Then they went to Bluesky, and they're all there in this utopian echo chamber supposedly, and they're all turning on each other because they're there just to find fault with everything. Like, they are in the mindset where you have to find fault with every little thing. So they're just gonna attack their own now because they aren't out there with the people they hate. So now they have to have blood. So now they're just going for each other.
Ben Dreyfuss lasted all of 2 days. Even famously we covered this, Rob Reiner. Famously left-wing director Rob Reiner, who he's far left by 90s standards, right? But he's not far enough left for these guys. He was getting dragged for saying he planned to accept that Trump had been reelected.
Well, what else are you going to do?
What are you going to do? He said he's not happy about it.
We all had to accept it, when Biden got elected or when, thank God Hillary Clinton didn't get elected. We would have expected to accept it then.
Yeah, we did. We didn't.
I didn't like Trump being elected originally.
No, I was like,
it took him proving. He had to prove himself more and more for me to accept it. And towards the end, I'm like, okay, it wasn't as bad as we thought, and he did some things. But I still did not say I won't accept him. That's not right, and I didn't do that. Nor would I tell anybody else to do that because the election's over. That he's who won. She didn't. Sorry. So if you go up here, go ahead. We're going to point to.
Oh yeah, we're just talking about how Single became the most blocked account on the site. There actually is a website out there that keeps track of who's getting flagged the most. It's like a contest of who can flag people who offend them the fastest or the most on Bluesky.
Well, go up. There's people they're saying these are the people who left X because it was too hateful. And then above it, you have example of this. The person's like, their whole discussion about how he should take to the chest, one to the forehead, a little less than an inch above his nasal bridge. And then they're like, I like to imagine him slowly and methodically beaten to a pulp with a tire iron.
Yeah.
Kill him.
So these people, again, for being so loving and welcoming and progressive and nice, and we're the good guys, we're on the right side of history. I've seen more fantasizing of violent acts from this particular group of social media users than they have from the right.
Well, I think there's the extremists, on both sides are more like bordering mental illness.
Yes.
But it's like, these people think it's okay when they do it. And that's kind of like what I saw on, we used to be on Twitter, was X then too, that the most toxic, abusive, bullying group of people I've ever seen were the ones who claimed to be far left. They were the ones telling people to kill themselves over fan art. They were the ones that were like targeting people and trying to call their work and get people fired, trying to swat people, that kind of stuff. This is the tolerant left that they claim to be. Gina Carano got called all kinds of names and finally got mad and gave it back. And she should be canceled because she's terrible. But they were like saying the most horrible things to her. Same as Zoe Saldana when she backed Chris Pratt and didn't like throw him under the bus like they wanted. They turned on her immediately and started calling her racist names that I would never use. And they're supposed to be the tolerant ones. Don't give me this shit.
Yeah, it's
just don't behave this way, period, no matter which way you lean.
Good luck with that. I don't think this Katie, I don't think that's Katie's actual name. I could be wrong.
I doubt it's actually tight. If you have to say that it probably isn't. Katie Open Doors probably like it.
Katie Open Door. 100 men in one day, right?
No, I don't know if that's her, but I'm just saying. I mean, like when you have to call yourself tight pussy, then you know it's the opposite.
Yeah, so apparently, he said, going back to that other article, he said that he thinks he got mass flagged because of wrongthink, which we can see by the overreaction to other people joining the platform that this is the case. Like, what happens if you join and you don't want to actually cause a problem? You're not causing any problems. You're obeying the rules. It doesn't matter, because I know, like, the quartering, I guess, he went over and just said hello, and then they got him kicked off the platform. Mm-hmm. Because they're like, you're going to come over here.
But to go to change.org?
Well, okay, so change.org, there is a petition out here. I came across it a couple of weeks ago from March. And they had a laundry list of YouTube channels that needed to be banned for the good of America.
Oh, we were on it?
We were on the list. Yeah, there was like 200 YouTube channels.
Yes, because and how many people signed it?
Like 40.
Big fuck you to every one of you. No, it's so funny. People that laugh because they're like, whenever they include us in this, they're like clownfish. They're like the most tamest normies ever.
We had another one. It was a guy on social media who had all of our thumbnails up.
That's what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, and
not all of them. He had a bunch of them.
He had a bunch of our thumbnails up, and he's like, Clownfish TV is basically a bunch of neo-Nazi hate group. And it's like, wait. Some of those thumbnails.
No, we're a neo-Nazi horror.
Oh, a neo-Nazi horror. That's right. We're a neo-Nazi horror. Yeah, it's so funny because most of the thumbnails were like cartoons, Muppets.
They were like, we were mad about Muppets.
We're mad about Muppets. Right?
We were mad about Muppet Vision.
Disney adults. All this I'm like, show me the Hitler. I'm not seeing any.
These are also the people who love to call our bios Nazis, but then probably have Free Palestine in their bio. Anyway.
Yeah, I know. Oh, the irony. I know they're not doing that as much as they used to. I know that they're not doing that as much as they used to.
I just find it funny. But I'm just saying, it's just like they keep using it. I don't think the word means what they think it means, is basically what we're at. They keep saying it. I just don't think it means what they think it means. But so did the other guy get turned back on? He got turned back on.
He got turned back on, but he had to go back and forth with moderation, and they wouldn't tell him. Again, this sounds an awful lot like old Twitter. Mm-hmm. They wouldn't tell him what his infraction was. You're supposed to go sit in a corner and think about it, and you know what you did. No, I don't. You know what you did. You know what you did. It's like us with the dog. Like, hey, dog, I know you took a dump in our bathroom. At least you tried. But you know what you did, dog. You know what you did. Yeah, so, he went back and forth with Bluesky. So a little more than 3 hours after I emailed Graber and Lou, I take it they're on the moderation team. And a little less than 6 hours after I got the first email from Bluesky's moderation team, I got a second. After a thorough review, we have determined that the takedown action applied to your account was incorrect. We apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused. Consequently, we are reversing our initial decision and reinstating your account. Oh, good for you.
Probably people were like cheering too. Like, yeah, we got this person taken down who didn't do anything wrong. Woohoo!
So what happens every time that happens, every time they basically heckle somebody off of a platform or flag them or whatever, it encourages them to go find other targets. And this is exactly what happened on Twitter.
But wait,
for years.
Including to link was the community guidelines. On the list of no-nos, harassment or abuse directed at a specific person, which they obviously suffered, encouraging self-harm, depictions of excessive violence, gore, torture, dismemberment, or non-consensual consensual sexual activity is considered bad, obviously. But we just read those other things where they were threatening to kill him or wanting him dead.
Encouraging self-harm. Dear Michael, go F yourself in the ass with a running chainsaw.
Yeah, but I bet you they didn't get removed from Bluesky.
I'm sure they didn't. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Here's somebody was coping by playing Fallout while saying, I imagine every creature I kill is a Trump supporter. Thank you. The Bluesky moderation team concluded for doing your part to keep Bluesky a welcoming and empowering place for all users. You can fantasize about violence. You can fantasize about wishing death. And this is why these people did this. I remember there's one comic book writer in particular who has clear mental issues that was making jokes about taking a baseball bat to people who disagreed with them. Mm-hmm. And now they're not getting work in the comic book industry anymore. I can't
wonder why.
I wonder why. Yeah, they're like, he's like, yeah, I had no idea who or what reported me for which violation or violations. Was it a human? Was a bunch of them? Was it an algorithm? No idea.
I'm sure it was because they didn't like your quote, which wasn't your quote. You just were quoting something, and they all mass flagged it, probably trying to get you removed because they were mad because they attributed, because that's critical thinking skills to say that here's a quote from the article, and they automatically thought you said it.
And yeah, he asked specifically, and this is an editor for Politico. I mean, this is not a good look if you're out there banning editors from political websites and they can harm your brand. I mean, this is because all he did is basically say, yeah, don't go Bluesky. They can't be trusted. Their moderation team can't be trusted. He hasn't heard back from them as to what his actual infraction was. And this is the most frustrating thing about these platforms.
It's not just Bluesky.
It's not just Bluesky. It's Facebook. It's YouTube. It's Twitch. It's, and Twitter was one of the biggest ones back in the day. They would ban anybody they didn't like for whatever reason, and you just had to guess. You had to guess.
Well, here's the thing is, they probably don't tell you because they don't want to be drug into some kind of legal issue. So they're probably like, we just don't answer you, so you can't, say, well, you wrongfully did this, I'm suing or whatever.
Yeah, but it's also unevenly enforced.
I know it's unevenly enforced. So that's another reason why they don't want you to know.
Yeah, because your friend, if it's somebody that agrees with you, they can say, yeah, stick a chainsaw up your butt.
So it would be interesting to me.
Okay.
If two people work together, and one was very far to the left on their account, one stayed more to the right on their account, and they went to X and they said similar things, or even going to Twitter, or Facebook, whatever, saying very similar things, but more pointed to the side that that like one puts it more towards left, saying things against the right, one's on the right saying things against the left, and see what happens. See which one gets banned, see which one gets in trouble, and see if there's uneven enforcement. That would be very interesting to me.
Yeah, so let's we're gonna wrap this one up.
Yep.
I think we're gonna have at least several months worth of Bluesky content because it's gonna get more and more ridiculous. Because I think every time they do something like this, they're gonna chase off the normies, and we're gonna have the worst of Twitter all in one place. It's pure concentrated 2018 Twitter.
People love Twitter because Twitter sucks, not because of purity politics. No, Josh, on Bluesky. That's not why they left Twitter.
No, it's because of this nonsense. This is why.
I'm a reporter.
Oh, God. Okay, so let's wrap it up, guys. Please subscribe. We'll talk later.
Bye.